Hello, everyone. Cracking into the Dragons versus Storm game today. The Dragons, for the second year in a row, managed to take down the Storm at their home, the Dragons' home, that is. And just really impressive stuff from them. Betting up on a very impressive Storm side, to say the least. But we'll get into it. So, Jaden Sewer at the top for the Dragons here, only player to score 50 or above. So yeah, maybe the rain affected this one. The rain has been putting up some low scores this week, but 50 points here for Sewer. That's about where he's priced, and I wouldn't be looking at him. Toby Couchman, a lot more interesting here. So he was a fairly popular trade target this week. Might still be next week, but we saw him only play 44 minutes here, and I don't think many people were projecting him to play less than 50. It was probably between 50 and 60, and yeah, just the 44 here, and we see he came on the 24th minute. He did get benched late, so he came off the bench on the 24th minute, and then went off when Cook came back from his HIA, and then he came back on with 4 minutes to play. So a little bit concerning if you did jump on, but just lucky that his PPM's really solid, and you can probably trust him to, even if he gets mid 40s minutes, he'll probably score you mid 40s points, depending on how he goes. No negative stats in this one. Just 1-6 and again given away for -1, but yeah, I definitely wouldn't be panicking too much. We'll just have to see if he gets the start next week. But yeah, I wouldn't be panicking. He's still gonna make money, and next week he definitely shouldn't lose money. In terms of buying, I probably would look to just avoid for now. We've seen that when they don't have injuries, when they have a full strength pack, he doesn't get this same minutes that he got to start the season. So yeah, just one definitely hold, but definitely wouldn't be looking to jump on. Dylan Egan, so he's 230k, so he probably open up at about 260 next round, and 49 minutes here, so more than Couchman. He played a bit in the middle, and then I think he played a bit on the edge when Leilua went off as well. Yeah, Leilua only played 58 minutes, so Egan comes on at the 30-minute mark, and he doesn't go off. He plays out the game. So if that's going to be how they use him, then I think he's going to be a pretty good buy. And chances are he'll be named on the bench again this week, and I think he's one to definitely consider. And yeah, it's tough to buy players that do start from the bench, because week to week they could get used a bit differently. But yeah, he's definitely one I'm going to have an eye on, and he's going to have a negative break even, and he could make some quick cash if he keeps playing 50 minutes in a hybrid sort of role. Cookie, 45 and 67, still losing cash, and while Little's there, he's just not going to be a buy. DeBellin, just 52 minutes here, probably a few less minutes than I was expecting him to play as well, which all probably went to Egan. But yeah, DeBellin is just that guy. He's probably not going to be the gun that we all owned and loved in 2023, so we can ignore him. Little, 28 minutes off the bench, and he comes on, changes the game, scores a try, and he just seems too good to be just playing 28 minutes a game off the bench as well. But while he's in that role, we can ignore him. Fairly standard game from Gutho, wouldn't be going there. Same goes for Holmes, he's pretty expensive, wouldn't be touching him. Ilias, he's making some slow cash, but yeah, not very exciting cash, and I don't think many people really jumped on, as we had other sort of half options that seemed more favourable. Luciano Leilua, not playing 80 minutes at the moment, and not scoring too well either, so we can just leave him there. Gula, 50 minutes here, so he's, even with no injuries, he's playing decent minutes here, more than Couchman as well. But yeah, just 28 points here, so I wouldn't be going chasing that. I think there's probably not much value left in him after he's had a few good scores to start the season. Yeah, so he'll make 20k and then he'll sort of be priced in the mid 30s, and I think you probably expect like mid to high 30s if he's going to keep getting 50 minutes. His PBM's not amazing, but yeah, I think it'll be a bit late to be jumping on him. Clemmer just played 25 minutes at the start and didn't come back, so interesting usage of him there. I feel like that's probably not going to happen every week. I think he'll at least come back for like a 10-minute stint at the end. I'm not 100% sure, but yeah, just interesting usage there. Sully, I think he must have picked up an injury here. Just 23 points. Came off with 4 minutes to go, so Couchman might have got lucky getting that last 4 minutes. I'm not too sure what's happened to Sully there, but definitely one we can avoid. And if it's a long-term injury, I'm not a fee guy probably comes in. Probably wouldn't be looking at him, but knowing Sully, it's probably just like a 1 to 2 week thing. Flano wouldn't be going there. Just doesn't have the kick meters. Just sort of tackles, and yeah, Dragons aren't the greatest attacking team. Hamish Stewart, another popular buy this week. Played 30 minutes, and I believe he has a facial injury, and it could be up to 6 weeks. I'd have to double check that, but if you did jump on Hamish Stewart, you may have to jump straight off him once we get some confirmed news on his injury, which is really unfortunate because he did look pretty good out there, and he looked like he was on for some decent minutes, but yeah, came on 28th minute, came off in the 56th, and then, he did come back on at the end for the last 2 minutes, but maybe he got injured in those last 2 minutes, which is a shame. But yeah, if he's out long term, you could just look to pivot straight to Dylan Egan, because obviously he'll most likely maintain his spot on the bench. Laurier for Tyler Manning will probably come up. Hame Sally is another one who's coming back from injury. He could be joining the bench pretty soon. So Stewart, yeah, move to Egan, or there'll be Katoga, Thomas Jenkins, or some cash cow that emerges on Teamless Tuesday. So we'll just have to wait and see there. Tuipulotu, hopefully no one chased his early form. This is what happens when he doesn't score a try. Seems to be the case with a lot of wingers. When they don't score tries, they just, one tackle break. 150 metres gained is pretty good, but you just, one rule with fantasy is generally you shouldn't be chasing wingers' scores, because they always even out over time. Their averages always tend to even out, unless they're like Brian Toto or Greg Mazu, who just tackle break and offload for fun. And then even worse score, Tyrell Sloan, just 11 points on the wing. So obviously the Dragons were not really going out to the wings in that wet weather. Onto the Storm, we got Liero leading the pack here, 58 and 68 minutes. We saw Melbourne's bench look a bit funny with Garlic and Seve down there at the bottom playing not many minutes at all. And then Cami Kamitha not playing big minutes. Yutoka Manu, only 34 minutes here for 31 points, so he's going to be free falling in price, and if we do see him getting an uptick in minutes, I think he can be one we have a look at, but I can't see that happening for at least another few weeks. But yeah, Liera, I wouldn't be looking at him. His break even was 55, so his scoring is probably just going to be fluctuate between those like high 30s up to high 50s scores depending on his minutes, and I don't think we can trust him to get 68 minutes a week, that's for sure. Harry Grant rewarded his owners if you did hold on with a 57. Pretty nice score here, 49 tackles, so he was out and about in this game. Fairly standard stat line from him, and I think you'd be happy if you held, and I think you can definitely keep holding. He's going to lose another 10k here, so look, if you could definitely do worse than jumping on Harry Grant at the moment. Probably wouldn't look to really be doing that at this point in the season. You know, he's definitely going to go and play Origin, but if you do need a hooker, then Grant's going to be one of the cheapest prices that he's going to be all season, I would guess. So you could definitely look at jumping on him if you do need a hooker. Ali Katoa, standard score from him, 53, about where he's priced. And yeah, that's pretty standard. Sean Bloor, same sort of thing. Decent score of 49 here. But I just think at the price, probably not one to be going into. Pappenhausen, so didn't goal kick here, as he said during the week. Scored a try, and just the 40 points here. So if you did jump on, you can't be too mad about that one. In a game where they only score 6 points, he scored the 40. And I'd probably be looking to hold here. Just, you know, Storm are going to definitely bounce back from this. They barely ever lose 2 games in a row. So yeah, but definitely wouldn't be looking to buy him at the moment. He's just can't really see him scoring too well. Yeah, just wouldn't be one I'm looking to buy. Munster, 39. Pretty concerning if you're an owner. It's the 5 missed tackles. Not ideal, but kick meters not really. 135 isn't too much, and run meters kind of down as well at 86. But I think I do have him in one of my teams, and I think I'll probably hold him one more week. Just I don't know. You're really expecting those 50s from him, but is he the same player as he was a couple of years ago when he was hitting those 50s pretty easily? And that's what we have to kind of decide here. If they just had a few more attacking stats, I'm sure he would have picked up a try assist or two. So I think he actually almost had one, but one of the other players dropped the ball over the line. So on another day, it could have been like a 47, 46 pointer, and we wouldn't really be too worried. But yeah, Munster's a guy. He's probably kind of like Luke Metcalf, where you can kind of move on from him if there's someone you really want to buy. But I wouldn't go out of your way to sell him at the moment because he's still, you know, going to put up a 39 for you. He's not going to lose too much cash and always has the potential to go big in a really strong Melbourne team. Alec McDonald, 38 and 42 minutes here. Decent PPM, decent minutes, but it's sort of, I can't see him outplaying Yuto Kamano in minutes every week, and he's just one that's tough to trust. If he was 250k, maybe he'd be worth looking at, but I don't think so. Wishart, 37 here. Hughes is back in a couple weeks, and Wishart's losing money here, so hopefully no one jumped on him. Draft option only, I'd be saying. Josh King, standard from him. Don't go there. Same as Grant Anderson, fairly standard mid-30s score. He's priced at around 400k, I believe. So I wouldn't go near him. Yeah, 395. Wouldn't be doing that. Warbrick, same story. It's just standard 32 points from him. Jack Howarth, one a few people may have jumped on here after his 60 in round 1. So just a 26 pointer here. No attacking stats, just a turnover tackle. And yeah, it's not ideal for someone priced in the mid 400ks. You definitely could have jumped on like a Robert Toyer and a Stafford Toa to have in your centres. And I think Howarth could possibly be a sell. Kind of a different situation to Munster here, because Munster has potential to be a gun keeper, but Howarth just doesn't feel like he can be a keeper centre, and I'm not sure if he can make you that 100k of cash either. But then again, you know, if we look at Melbourne's draw, if you hold on to him, you can probably expect them to pick up a try or two and a try assist fairly soon, but he's just not going to make you quick money. So they've got Manly next and then into the Warriors, so 2 teams in pretty decent form. Then you've got the Dolphins, so they'll probably do well there. But yeah, I think Howarth's one you can look to pivot to someone who's going to make some more money. in a faster amount of time. And then we got Coates here, just 18 points, irrelevant for fantasy. And yeah, that'll do us. So, yep, catch you in the next one.